Beautiful.
Well, welcome everyone. It's great to see you on the webinar tonight. Tonight I'll introduce Crypto Brownie. Greg Brown is going to go through the complete new customer journey. Greg's a Dacxi qualified coach, and tonight he's going to run through what you would do to become a Dacxi customer. Welcome, Greg.
Thanks, Andrew. Okay, so what we'll do tonight is run through the basics of when you first join Dacxi. So imagine that you've just been given a share link, and you go onto the website, and you're fresh. You know nothing. You're just learning how to sign up and do all the initial things that we do in the program. So I'll start with, I suppose, myself. That's me there. As you've been told, father of two, full-time in crypto since January 2020. Joined Dacxi back in December. Seems like a lifetime ago now, and quickly became a part of the next month. So yes, I've been loving the journey with Dacxi. I'll start with a disclaimer. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but this is information for you to learn about crypto and what we're doing. And if you do need to get further advice, contact someone that knows about crypto. That's what I always say. Don't talk to someone that don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so when you first get introduced to Dacxi, they're going to get themselves a share link, and your share link is found in your partner tab. So you'll share that link with somebody else. They will click on that link, and then that will bring them to the screen here. And essentially what it's doing is it's saying, okay, you're wanting to join Dacxi. Where are you from? So if that person is from Australia, they'll obviously click the Australian link. If they're from UK or from anywhere else in the country, in the world, they'll click the global link. Now that doesn't mean that anyone can join, because there are some countries that are excluded. But hopefully, as they go through the process, and they're not in one of those excluded countries, they'll get through the process. So the first thing it asks you to do is to choose your bundle. A little confronting sometimes when you're first joining, but they do need to choose a bundle of some sort in order to go on to the next steps and join Dacxi. So choose a bundle, one of those three, based on the risk tolerance, and then it'll come up with a screen saying how much do you want to purchase for your initial bundle. So most people, it's $100 to $1,000 or whatever, and then once they get involved more, they'll up that, but they'll choose an amount, and then from there they'll click next, and then they'll go on to the next screen, which is the important screen, where they're going to set up their initial account, whether that be as a personal account, so it's them as an individual, or they choose to join as a trust or a company or even a super fund. Most people will start personally, and later on they can join as a company, a trust, or a super fund as well. So they will use the exact same link as they received previously to open up those entities. So you can have more than one entity with Dacxi. And it's important that when you do put in your email address and you choose your password, that password needs to be at least, as we were saying before, 12 digits, and have one symbol, a capital letter in there to make sure that it's compliant with the system. So your email address, then that gets confirmed. So you'll get an email straight away, and that email, you then click on that, and then that's a way of confirming that that address is real. And then from there, the account is essentially activated, and from there they can put in that email address and that password and sign in for the very first time. Once they're there, the next step will be to do your KYC process or verify your identity. And that's essentially where they're going to go through a process of verifying who you are, that the country that you've chosen is correct based on your identity, be it your license or your passport. Most people will choose the driver's license in Australia because it's very simple and easy to use. We have it's done in 5 minutes and it's very easy. So to verify, you would firstly verify your phone number. And in doing that, what you'll do is you put in your phone number and then click on verify a code, and it would send you back a 6-digit number that you need to put into the field there in order to verify your mobile number. And from there, you can then go on to the next step, which is to verify your identity. So hit the start button, obviously choose the country, and then choose either driver's license or passport. As I said, driver's license does seem to be the easiest because it just verifies so fast as an individual. So the first thing would be to upload a photograph of your license. What I have found is to do that, or encourage them to do it as a portrait rather than a landscape. It does seem to, with their algorithms or whatever, it seems to work a lot easier. So upload the license and go, yep, it looks good, it's clear. You can see the detail, great, then use that photo. And it's that easy. From there, it will then give the bank account details, which you would need to use in order to do your initial deposit into the Dacxi system. In there, it'll show the bank account details and a unique reference code. And this is important because, whoops, the reference code is unique to your account. So between now and whenever, that code never changes. So if you are, always make sure that people use that code because I've had cases where people don't put the code in and then you've got to try and chase up the funds for the new customer, and that's not always good. So it should go through straight away. So when it comes to funding your account, there's two ways to fund your account. Because from here on this the screen here in my portfolio, you would go to top up in the top right hand corner. That button there would allow you to add funds into your Australian dollar wallet. And in doing that, you have two choices in which to fund the wallet. One by the traditional bank transfer, which could take up to 1, 2, 3 days. Normally it's only 1 day. Things are getting faster. The other way is through PolyPay or Poly, and that is a service where it can take as little as, well, sometimes 10 minutes. The funds come through, and then you got those funds there to make your purchase. So choose your facility, and as I said before, you've got your bank account details, including your reference code, which will never change. Now, you can also deposit funds directly into your Australian dollar wallet. So rather than going from the My Portfolio page, you can do it directly from the My Wallets page for your Australian dollar. Hit the deposit button, and it's the same process as before. Nice and easy. And then the funds go into account. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is two-factor authentication. I want to bring that up because there's a lot of accounts out there that don't have this set up. And really, as we move forward and we start to build our wealth in crypto and the Dacxi coin starts to really take off in price, we need to make sure that our accounts are secure. So that's what we'll talk about next. So as you can see, when you first join Dacxi, or even right now, if you haven't done so, it gives you that warning that you need to enable your two-factor authentication. So when you hit the settings button down the bottom there, it will come up with a few things, including your two-factor authentication. One thing I will say is that in the system, if you want to be called a particular name, be it something other than your own name, you can do that there. You can choose your preferred currency, being Australians, obviously would choose that, and you can choose your preferred currency pair as well. When it comes to security, this here is where we enable a two-factor authentication. So hitting that button comes up with this little field down here. And this here is about setting up the systems for your two-factor authentication. The first thing you're going to do is grab that code there, copy it, put it somewhere very safe, be it in your password manager or somewhere safe, because that is your code to unlock or to secure your two-factor if something goes wrong. So once you've copied that somewhere and you have it active, you can then go to the next screen, which is essentially where you are now set up that two-factor. You would go to your mobile phone and your camera, and you would, whoops, what happened back there? What happened there? Yep, you would scan that QR code, and that QR code on your Google Authenticator will come up with a 6-digit number. You put that in under code, then activate it, and then from there onwards, you've got your two-factor set up on your Google Authenticator. There it is, all set up. Okay, so they'll take you out. You then log back in, but in this occasion, you log in, and then you'd have to put in that 6-digit code, and now you can see that you've got your extra security when you're logging in. Now I want to talk about bundle purchase. When you first do your initial purchase, if the amount of bundle you've chosen right at the beginning matches up with what you deposited, the system will automatically make that purchase for you. In the future, when you upload or top up your account, you can then make extra bundle purchases by simply going to the buy and sell button and hitting programs. And then from there, you can choose the bundle that you wish to purchase. And then it's a very similar process as before. You would put in the amount you want to purchase. It would show the breakdown in that purchase. And then you would simply buy the bundle. Then you can confirm the purchase, and then it's done. Now, with a metals purchase, it's important because unlike the other two bundles, with a metals purchase, that the minimal amount you can spend on the metals bundle is $200, but it's the exact same process as the others. But just keeping in mind, it's $200 as a minimum spend. And then once you make your purchase, you can go into your wallets, then you can see the various coins in your wallets after you made that purchase. The next thing I want to talk about is your share link. It's important that until you've made a bundle purchase, you cannot share the Dacxi opportunity to anyone. And I stress this because sometimes people get enthusiastic and they'll forward the email that you sent to someone. Then all of a sudden they've joined in enthusiasm and have come under you and not the person that referred them. So it's important that you refrain from trying to tell someone about Dacxi until you've made your initial purchase and you've got your share link. And you'll have your share link once you've made your initial purchase. And that's your share link there. And from there, you can copy it. You can put it directly into an email or LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter and share the link out to other people. The other things that are important with your partner area here is your stats. So over here, it'll show you how many people in your team, how many customers you've got, how many direct partners and so forth. And then over here, it shows all the latest people who have joined in your team. And now this section over here is not used anymore because now that whenever we get a buyback, we get paid on that straight away. So that's not relevant anymore. But one thing I will say is that when you first join, it's important to go over here, and there's a terms and conditions button you need to select in order to upgrade to be a Dacxi partner. And it's important you do that when you first join, so that anyone that you share the Dacxi opportunity to, you're getting a referral bonus from that. So like I was saying before, your share link, you can share it off to other people. Next thing I'll talk about is the human guide. And it's good to actually go in and check your human guide. It should show that the person that referred you is your human guide here. So that's important just to reflect back and make sure it's correct. That's your human guide, the person that referred you. And that's it. I just wanted to thank you guys for spending some time for my first webinar. I think it's a good little start to show people how to set themselves up correctly when they first join. And I thank you for your time, guys. Thanks for that. Cheers.
Thanks, Brownie. Appreciate your expertise. Bye-bye.
Thanks, mate.
Squid,